Well, I am truly glad that you are doing all right. Are you excited to learn something new today? Wow, I am equally excited to share new concepts with you too, and learn something new as well along the way. To those who are new to this channel, I am Teacher Aya, your English 10 teacher on YT. Today, we will learn a new approach in literary criticism. I hope you will join me to the end of this video. And to those who haven't subscribed, please take time in clicking that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Last week, we talked about the formalism approach. If you missed that video, I will put the link in the description box below. So, let's begin. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to define moralistic approach, express understanding of the poem read, and interpret lines from a poem read. Before we go on, I want you to watch this video first. It's entitled, "The Obstacles in Your Path." You can find the link to this video on the description box. Thanks to Dare to Do channel for sharing videos like this one. Okay, so you're done watching the video. Did you enjoy it? What did you learn from the story you just watched? Indeed, we should not be bothered when we meet problems or obstacles in life. We should think of them as opportunities to be better. Now, how is this video connected to our topic today? Oh, didn't I mention? We are to talk about the moralistic approach in literary criticism. Yes, we just applied it in the video that we watched. Moralistic approach is a type of literary critic that judges the value of the literature based on its moral or ethical teachings. Moral philosophical critics believe that the purpose of writing is not just to tell a story. They think that the larger purpose of literature is to teach morality and to prove philosophical issues. A text is considered good if it leads us to understand our inner emotions. The approach is as old as literature itself, for literature is a traditional mode of imparting morality, philosophy, and religion. Its concern is not only to discover meaning, but also to determine whether works of literature are both true and significant. The philosophical approach is a perfect approach to use when you're reading a fable or a parable. These types of stories are written specifically to convey a truth. It is also used to determine whether a work conveys a lesson or message and whether it can help readers lead better lives and improve their understanding of the world. This approach works for texts that have an obvious moral philosophy, like Alexander Pope's An Essay on Man. It also helps readers answer certain questions. So what are answered using moralistic approach are the following. What ideas does the work contain? How strongly does the work bring forth its ideas? What application do the ideas have to the work's characters and situations? How many or how may the ideas be evaluated intellectually or morally? Discussions based on such questions do not imply that literature is primarily a medium of moral and intellectual exhortation. Using this approach, literature that is ethically sound and virtuous is praised, while literature that misguides and corrupts is condemned. Now, let us apply the moralistic approach in the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Last week, we read this poem already. Now, if you haven't, you can read this poem. I have a copy here. And then after this, you can try answering the following questions. What is the moral conveyed in the poem? Is it explicit or implicit? Then explain. What does the poem say about human nature when it comes to decision making? How does this poem remind you of the personal choices that you made before? In your point of view, do you think the speaker in the poem is happy about his choice? Why or why not? What are the chances that the speaker will get to come back and try the other path? When you're done answering these questions, you can try another activity with some of your classmates. So this may serve as a group activity. You're going to study the lines from the poem and then explain the following lines from the poem considering the realities of life to support your explanation. So these are the lines that you are going to explain. So you have 10 items. Okay, so before we end this video, please take note of these concepts to remember. A tendency, rather than a recognized school within literary criticism, to judge literary works according to moral rather than formal principles. The importance of literature is not just its way of saying, but also what it says. And the larger purpose of literature is to teach morality and to probe philosophical issues. That would be all for today's video. Please join me next time as we explore more lessons in English 10. Thank you and goodbye.